Hi, my name is Toni Norman, and I am going to talk to you today about doing family history work. I have a great love of it, and I love helping people to learn about their families. So my story begins with a lady that came to see me, and she said, "Oh, my family history is all done. I have nothing to do because my aunts and uncles have done everything." So she had a family search account, and we went ahead and got on there, and she was right. She had 5 or 6 generations completely filled out with all the birth, death, marriage records. Everything was there. But I told her there's still more to do. And I don't think she really believed me, but we went ahead and got in, and I had her pick somebody, and she picked her grandparents. We went in and we looked at the sources that had been attached to them and looked at some of the records, and she thought that was fun. But then I told her, let's go ahead and start searching for some records. And so we did, and I started showing her how to look. And within a few minutes, we found a marriage record for her grandparents. And she was kind of excited. We looked at it, and then I showed her how to attach that record. And we went back to searching, and then very shortly, within a few minutes, we found another record. It was a marriage record, and it looked like it was for her grandparents, but it did not match the marriage record that we had found before. It was in a different state, and 5 years after the first marriage record. So she says, well, that can't be my grandparents. We already have their marriage, and my mother was born before that, so that can't be them. So we went looking for more records, and I started thinking about it. And I said, your grandparents have really different names. I said, what do you think the chances are of another couple being married with those same names? She goes, oh, there's no way. And I said, well, that record I think was your grandparents. I said, I think maybe they were divorced and then remarried. She said, oh, no way. And so she says, just a minute, I'll be back in a few minutes. She left the room. She went and called her mother and told her what she'd found. And her mother said, oh, your grandparents were divorced and remarried. She came back and told me. She was so shocked. She learned a good lesson that day. One is that there are lots of things to find out about our relatives. She came to have a greater love for her grandparents, to realize that they'd had a really hard time, so much so that they divorced, but they loved each other and remarried. And she just came to love the work. She found many other things. It was really fun to work with her. George Santayana, I'm not sure how to say his name, said something about that we need to learn about our history or we are doomed to repeat it. And I just think there is so much to learn from our ancestors. So my quest for each of you today is to see what you can find in your ancestry. Thank you for watching.